What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself. Today is the debut of this game, but also my most voted for boss theme in my Patreon that I have going for boss themes to be included into VGM Vibes 9, an upcoming episode that will be all boss themes related. This is Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. The song is called The Grand Finale, otherwise known as In the Final. It's requested by Omar Soares and Myro YT. This is from the channel Gilva Center Archive. And then we have another one. I'm not sure if they're related, but the titles are really close. This is Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. And it's also called The Grand Finale, but this is called The Grand Finale DX from the channel Spike. I don't know any other information on these for now, but I will a little later. So this song, just super short before I get started, I put a poll out. People suggested boss themes. I'm not taking anymore, so don't need to comment anymore. And I narrowed it down to a couple, and then this one had the most votes. So this is for sure going to make it, and what people want to hear me check out the most. So this is the grand finale, which I would have to assume is a final boss. From Mario & Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story. Long intro, but let's go. I've never heard anything Mario or Luigi sound like this ever. So, out of the gate, it's different. I feel like Luigi right now. Piano? Can I guess who composed this? This upload sounds kind of old. It sounds like at least 10 years old. 2 years ago. I don't know what console this is on. Wow, what a cool energy this song has. I guess I could look that up in the meantime. It sounds kind of handheld-y to me. A lot of arpeggios all over the song. I'll read this wiki in a second. Oh, that's like... This is so different from what I'm used to. Luigi, not so much, because I barely heard anything Luigi related. But I would never guess this is... I came for them. Ooh. There's 3 melodies happening right now. I'm gonna take a wild guess that this is probably against Bowser. This is the best part right here. That little, like, tiny little break before it starts over. Yeah. Whoa. Now I wanna bring up that the one that was voted for was this one, and the next one I have no idea if they're related. They just happen to have a title very similar, and the requests were right next to each other. So the next one could just be completely forgotten, or not forgotten, I should say. It may not make it into the episode, but at least you're still going to hear it. I just have no idea if they're related whatsoever. Before I move on, and before I share my thoughts on this one, first of all, that was different and very cool. I love that sort of like kind of drum and bass, anything that sounds kind of like that, like it has that good energy. I really like. I just was not expecting it. Not only just like in a Mario or Luigi thing, but like Nintendo, I guess. Then again, for those that are new, Nintendo's what I know the least, video game wise, music wise, and video game wise. So I don't really recall anything Nintendo that sounds like that whatsoever. So this is a 2009 RPG developed by Alpha Dream for the Nintendo DS. It is the third game in the Mario and Luigi series. You know, I never thought about that before I go on to it. I've asked before how many Mario games there are, and someone told me like around 250, including all the spin-offs. I don't know if that was a proper number. It's just something like that, something up there. But I never thought that the Mario and Luigi was like a sub-series. And if those counted in that total, I guess it makes sense. I just always, when I thought of Mario and Luigi, I just thought of them as like, I don't know, spontaneous spin-offs from the main games. I don't know, they were like their own thing. But I recently just started hearing, in the past like 4 months, I barely started hearing anything Luigi related. I did Luigi's Mansion, and then I heard one for the Christmas themed episode, which I guess technically this is the... Oh wow. This is the third time Luigi's going to make it into a Vibes episode. He was in the Halloween one, the Christmas one, and now the boss one. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, for those that don't know, like I don't know anything Nintendo really, especially Mario. I never played a Mario game. I know even less about Luigi. But I can tell you that I just was not expecting anything to sound remotely like electronic or just anything like that. I'm used to really just simple, melodic, catchy patterns. But it kind of shows just how much I don't know about the series. Anyways, DS game. It is the third game in the Mario Luigi series following Partners in Time. Speak of the devil. that's the game I did. What was it? Was it Yeah, it was Partners in Time. Wow, small world. So Partners in Time, I hope I'm not incorrect here, but I'm pretty sure for the Christmas themed episode, I did Partners in Time and I did Holly Jolly Village. I'm pretty sure that was Partners in Time. So that's pretty weird timing that the very next Vibes episode is going to feature the next game. Composers? Yoko Shimomura. Oh, I didn't say it, did I? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Damn, dude. She's come up a lot lately. For good reason. But, you know, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, the way this sounded very Kingdom Hearts-y to me. A little bit, you know? I would have never guessed. You know, I will say this. 1 out of 10 scale, I would say that the likelihood of me guessing that was Yoko Shimomura would have been like a 7. It sounded... When the piano kicked in, it sounded like Kingdom Hearts to me, like a Kingdom Hearts battle. But 1 to 10, if I were to guess if that's anything Mario or Luigi related, I would have said like a 1. I would have never ever guessed that's anything from that series. So that was a pleasant surprise. I could see why it was heavily voted. It's totally different, and I'm guessing that's why. I'm guessing it stands out quite a bit amongst Mario. I guess we'll see. You know, I'm still on this. I've been doing this a long time, but the journey still continues. There's so many video game songs out there that I just, you know, I'll never get the grasp of. So this is the closest I'll get to, you know, being able to play every game, because no one's ever going to be able to play every game, but I can come close, sort of, by hearing some of the songs. Anyways, this is the Grand Finale DX, which I don't know what this is. I would just have to. I didn't see this in the wiki, but I would have to assume expansion, DLC. Was there DLC on the DS? I guess I can look it up. Okay, this is the Grand Finale DX from. Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Same motif. Sounds cleaner too. Ooh. It sounds more broad. This doesn't really sound DS anymore. Now it sounds kind of home console. Quality-wise. Let me see if I can find anything with oh, it's a remake. Okay, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. This is cool. I just can't believe how long she's been making music. It almost seems like it's easy for her. You know? Like, just comes out of her fingers. Dun, 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 dun. That's catchy. Dun, 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 dun. And then it builds back up. This is a good boss song. It's like emotional. It definitely sounds cleaner. Like at least like a couple years after or something. I'm about to find out. This is good. It's memorable. It's different. It's badass. But it has emotion. It's not just big, bad, scary. There's like a I don't know how to explain it. It sounds like a final boss to me. I know it is. Actually, I don't know what it is. But it's a safe assumption that it is. Considering it's called the grand finale. But it feels like the climax of the game. It's one thing to have an epic boss song, it's another to be able to like pinpoint it to where it goes. That's awesome. Yeah. Is it gonna fade out? Okay. It's always funny when people fade out in the last 2 seconds as opposed to like the last like 10 seconds. So it's like dun, 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 dun. So in the very same wiki page, I scrolled all the way to the bottom and there's a tab called Remake. And it says Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. So the first game was released 2009. The remake, which I don't know is also handheld or not. Also Yoko Shimomura, 2018 or 2019 for the United States. 10 years. Whoa. Yeah, you could hear the 10 years. But what did it release on? I'm guessing Switch. On March 8th, 2018, Nintendo revealed a Nintendo 3DS remake of the game. Oh. So it went from DS to 3DS. Sorry, I don't know my Nintendo consoles. I kind of know them, but when it comes to handhelds, I get kind of confused. Like, for example, I know Game Boy, Pocket, Color, Advance. After Advance, I get kind of lost. I know there was a DS, then 3DS. I think there was an SP, but I think I might be confusing that with something else. And then after that, I think I just my brain goes hazy on handhelds. I don't think the Wii U is considered one, or the Switch. The remake following up from the success of the 3DS remake of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga features updated graphics, remastered music, quality of life improvements, and significant changes in gameplay. Okay. So basically we heard the original and the remake. of the same game on 2 different handheld systems. I couldn't find it. I don't want to keep reading over and over, but I would have to assume that this also has a Switch port. Maybe, let me know. But what I will say though is this is one of those instances where maybe I'm just being hopeful because I'm kind of like an optimist. But you know how there's always like people that are like, no, the original's the best, or no, the second one's better. It's always gonna be like that. There's always conflict in the world. But I feel like this is one of those like remade songs that I think anyone can agree on that like they did a faithful, amazing job at it. It sounds like the original. The tempo was the same. The instruments were basically identical. It was just a new mix. It sounded cleaner. And at that point it becomes like, preference if you like that kind of grittiness, or people are always attached to nostalgia. So if they heard it on the DS first, blah, 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 whatever. I like them both. If I had to pick one to like listen to again over and over, it would probably be this one just because it stands out. Or it could have been something as simple as maybe the quality of the upload of the first one was just kind of bad. Either way, whatever, the song. The song is what we're talking about here. This is the most voted for song. Which, by the way, I guess I can kind of segue. I don't like to promote, ever. If everyone ever wanted to like request or support, I never say how. I think people can just figure it out by like reading descriptions. It just feels kind of like scummy to me to be like, by the way, support me on pay. I stopped doing that. I did that for a while, and then I stopped doing it. It's been a while. But anyways, the reason I'm bringing it up now is because for the Vibe series, there's a reason I'm bringing it up. The Vibe series is very community based. Not always. It's still like very much a me series, but every now and then I'll have a big part of the VGM Vibe series is community input, votes, even cameos, right? But when it comes to VGM Vibe stuff, I've had like my entry, the entry tier, the $1 tier, which has always been $1. They can make votes, they can make stuff. So you can like what I'm saying is like even some people's suggestions that are never even requested anything or something have a chance of making it just as long as there's interest. So if you're interested, it's there. Anyways, so this one had a decisive lead the whole time. I want to say out of 500 something votes, this one had about 100 of them, and it was like the clear winner. And I think I can see why. It's got a little something that I really enjoy in boss themes, and that is a bit of an emotional, I don't know if it's a callback, if that's the right word, but it kind of feels like it's like sad to be ending in a way. There's just this hint of like, I'm gonna miss this soon. Like, oh man, dun, 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 dun. It's very emotional. It's an emotionally driven energy in the song that I really like, on top of the cool stuff going on, this rhythmic stabs, arpeggios everywhere. But I think the biggest thing for me is just how much it does not sound like what I'm used to from both Nintendo or Mario, and I guess technically Luigi. The 2 things I've heard, 2? Maybe 3. Let's just say 2. The 2 things I've heard from Luigi ever were both like in the kind of spooky realm, with the Haunted Mansion and the Haunted Christmas song. So I don't know, I don't know if this music seems to follow this character. But for Mario, I always think of something just completely like the opposite. I don't know. I'm always intimidated when it comes to Nintendo stuff because, like I said, a lot of you watching this grew up with that company. Probably still play their stuff. I didn't have a Switch until like this year. Well, it's 2025 now. Until last year. So I'm way behind catching up. But anyways, yes, this is the most voted for. This will make it into that episode. I can't wait. I can't wait to find the footage so I can like see what's happening. Right now I don't know what's happening, but I will. Really, really cool. Let me guess, or not let me guess, let me know who's the final boss here. I can take a guess, but who knows. Really different. I like it. And it'll be in the episode. Thank you to Amorsaurus and Mero YT. Thank you to all the voters and the suggesters. Thank you to the patrons see on screen. Those are also the voters. Thanks to you for watching. I will see you in VGM Vibes 9. Take it easy.